Hi there, it's Louise on the blog today, and I'm sharing a scrapbook layout process video created for Scrapbook Boutique. I've had a little bit of a fun with this page, starting with a 9x12 white background, and then as the layout progressed I kind of couldn't work out what I wanted to do, so I ended up mounting it on a black 12x12. But from the Scrapbook Boutique store, I'm playing with the Twilight collection from One Canoe Two, so I've selected some papers, and I'm also going to use the Vicki Boutin Water Colour paints, which were one of those things that I just knew I had to have as soon as I saw them in store. So firstly, just trimming my papers, and you can see that I've cut one of those floral paper strips onto the angle, so that's going to form part of the background. And I wanted to use sort of a technique with these watercolours that wasn't that difficult, but still gives quite an interesting effect. Now, the thing about this paper collection is that there's no sort of die cuts or stickers matching. There's nothing that matches, so you get what comes in the paper pack, and you've got to be quite creative about it. So for me, what I did was I ended up using the papers and fussy cut them, and I'm also going to make sort of one of those florals to embellish the page as well. Now, what you can see me doing here is just trying to build the right colour. So I'm looking for that sort of background type colour with the blue, and that's going to form my splatters for the background. Now, once I was happy with the colour, I then went ahead and watered it down, because obviously this is a watercolour. So we're going to water it down a little bit to make it last a bit more. And using the brush, I'm adding lots of splatters, and I don't mind that some of them are small, some of them are a bit larger. It is just a background, so some of it's going to get covered up, as you can see, but what's left is simply going to create quite an interesting background for the page. Now, these little tags came in one of the papers, so I'm going to use those, and I'm going to really just sort of, again, nothing technical, just fiddling around with a couple of the elements and trying to create a page that I really like. So for this one, again, as I said in the beginning, nothing technical, but interesting the way it turns out nonetheless. Now, again, because this particular collection has no elements that come with it, it's just the paper pack, I had to get a little bit creative with my title, and I found this sticker sheet, so you'll see a link to the Scrapbook Boutique store, and it had that sort of blue theme going on. I thought the sentiment was just right, and it was perfect for what I had going on the page. And I really like the way this has that white look, but you can still kind of see the black background, and it's turned into a 12x12 page. So this is where I'm making that paper fan, and off camera I've gone ahead and glued that with my hot glue gun. I find that the hot glue gun really does help stick a lot of those elements down a lot better than sort of a tacky glue would, so that's why I like to use the hot glue gun. The final steps for this page is simply just to add a little doodled border to sort of tie in that black background with the white, and that border brings it all together. I've added my journaling off to the side, which I really love how it's turned out in the finish. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and of course pop on over to Scrapbook Boutique.